You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. NBC Radio News is KCAA News Talk 1050, the Inland Talk Express.
Hello and welcome to Let's Go Shopping with Bev. This show brought to you by Starflight Entertainment. Music by Dr. Bombay and the Blue Machine Band. Song title, Living in Paradise. Now here's Bev.
Welcome to the show, everybody. And I'm glad everybody is listening and you're having a really good Friday out there. And did you go out and buy your Halloween costumes and your pumpkins yet? If not, keep tuning into this program because at the end I have a lot of good things to tell you about Halloween. We have a full house. As you can see, I'm here all alone. Hello. But not really because all of you guys are around me. And we have fantastic people on the show today, and the light is a-flashing. And, Rob, who do we happen to have?
Who's Rob?
I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Sorry. Hey, that's my bleepy for the week. Yeah. Joe, who do we have on the phone?
We have Robert from the city of Yucaipa on line 12.
Okay. Hi, Robert. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, Bev. Thank you.
You're welcome, and I'm so glad you're here. And don't even think of the bleep and blender I just did. We're just going to let that one slide on the wayside over there. It's been a silly, silly day. We ran in here a couple of minutes ago. But anyways, Robert, why I got you on the phone, would you explain to everybody what is coming up in the fantastic city of Yucaipa on October 26th and 27th?
Sure, Bev. Actually, it's October 25th and 26th. The city, along with a number of community groups in town, will be hosting the Autumn Fest, which is a celebration of hometown experiences, and it marks the end of our 6-month farmers market, which is traditionally in the fall, obviously harvest time, and which speaks to a lot of the history in town where a lot of fruit harvesting was done. This sort of celebrates that history.
Well, that is so cool. And you've been doing this for a number of years now, haven't you?
Well, you know, the last year event was actually called Oktoberfest. And to give you a little bit of history on some of the seasonal activities that we've been doing, in the previous year, or actually 2 years ago, our Economic Development Advisory Committee for the city basically was told by the city council and at the advice of the city council to come up with some ways to stimulate the economy, the local economy, and then also celebrate some of the historical and traditional experiences that residents have had for many, many years. And so the Autumn Fest, which was last year called Oktoberfest, it's just one of several activities we do throughout the year. Others include our annual Yucaipa Music and Arts Festival, which is a big celebration at the beginning of our farmers market. And then also a little later on, November 30th, we have Winterfest, which is a traditional winter holiday time celebration. So this one, though, is really at the root of what Yucaipa has been known for over the years. You may recall a lot of the apple growing and other fruits harvesting. This sort of celebrates and pays homage to that history.
And I'm so glad it does. And when we're talking to you, for all of our listeners, I'm from that neck of the woods. And when these people, or all of our people here in Yucaipa, when they put on an event, they put on an event. And when you're talking about the farmers market, that thing grew so fast. It was unbelievable. And it was so much fun going to them farmer markets for all your fresh vegetables and what have you. And then you had the car shows going on. You had the children's center or corner for the children can play and this and that. And it was just absolutely a fabulous thing that you did.
Yeah. The folks in town have been really growing that Farmers Market experience, which is obviously every Friday night in the historic uptown. You may recall about 2 years ago now, we did a complete renovation of the historic uptown by including 2 roundabouts and some reverse angle parking and expanded sidewalks so that the residents and visitors could enjoy some of the storefronts and give a little bit more opportunity for our local businesses to showcase, display, and sell their wares, which is really what Yucaipa is all about. It's about homegrown, crafts and people, trading with each other, to be honest. And that's a lot of what this town was based on. So the Farmers Market and the Autumn Fest is an extension of the Farmers Market. It is a grand Farmers Market over 2 days. The farmers will only be there on October 25th, that Friday, but entertainment, kids zone, as well as costume contests for the traditional sort of Halloween experience, trick or treating for all the vendor booths. It's going to have a little bit of everything for everyone. And then, of course, keeping consistent with last year, we will have a beer garden. That was actually a very big hit last year as we celebrated more in the spirit of the German history, but we know that folks in town do also like their beer, so that's a piece of it as well. Mm-hmm. But it should be a good time.
Oh, it'll be a fabulous time. And here on Friday, October 25th, you're open from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. It says the Farmers Market. You're going to be having live music, the Halloween costume contest. I would love to get into that, but I'm too tall. You're having the Harvest Chef contest, which is pretty cool. The pie baking contest, trick-or-treating, food vendors, arts and craft vendors, car show in the beer garden. Now, on the car show, is that going to be in the same location?
Actually, the City Council wanted to expand that a bit, and I think for good reason. It certainly is very popular, and so we moved it from what we call the upper end of the boulevard, which is actually the east end down to the west end, where there's a little bit more room, and it'll be centered around the California Street and Yucaipa Boulevard roundabout, and that'll be in what's called a show and go style, and so a lot of the car entries are going to be for classic cars, so 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and there will be awards in multiple categories: best of show, top 5, and then of course. Likely one from each decade to celebrate that experience. And there are some good car clubs in town that have been participating in these monthly, and so this is really going to expand that. And that show and go is an opportunity for them to cruise the boulevard as they did once back in their heyday. So.
Yeah, and too bad we were too little to see all of that, huh? Hey, I had to get that in. And let's remind everybody that this is a free family event. Absolutely. Yes, guys, you heard it. It's a free family event, which is absolutely fabulous for any city to do. And then on Saturday, October 26th, you're from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. And to remind all of our listeners, wherever you are, whatever state that you're in, you want to come in to join into the activities, come on down. And I and some of our friends from the station, we're all going to be out there from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we have some little treats and stuff that we're not going to say, but we have some good stuff to give away ourselves. So that's going to be fun. Then you have the Youth Games and the Family Olympics. Now, what is the Family Olympics?
Sure. Again, as a hometown celebration, hometown only work if families are part of it. And so this is going to be a chance for mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt and uncle all to team up and compete against other families in town in a obstacle course of sorts, which is going to be put on by our local Yucaipa Kiwanis. And so it's a fun opportunity to, take your hand at a number of different physical challenges, and there may be even some mental ones in there too. Kiwanis, I'm sure, is going to surprise us with something interesting.
Yeah, they really do some weird stuff, don't they?
They sure do.
I love it. And then also the Art Expo, you're going to have the trick-or-treating again, which is way cool. Now, the zucchini throwdown. Now, are you going to do that like we did it back east?
You know, I've never been back east to see one, so I couldn't say. But this is going to be a new and a first for at least what I've seen in this town. Chance for folks to carve some sort of creation out of zucchini and have it judged. And then the best looking zucchini rendition will be awarded.
Mm-hmm.
And there may even be some taste sampling for zucchini creations as well. That one is going to be put on by our local historical society, so we're looking forward to that.
That's going to be really good. And, of course, the bigger zucchini, the easier it's going to be to carve.
That's right.
You know, so that's going to be very exciting to see. And then, of course, the pie eating contest. I know one person on the station here. I'd love to get him into that contest. That would be kind of fun. The fun zone, the food vendors, arts and craft vendors, the beer garden, and the log sawing contest. Now, where is that going to be?
That'll be at our main stage area. Most of these competitions will take place there, and it's at the corner of Adams and Yucaipa Boulevard. And so when the entertainment is not going on, there'll be some break periods between where we're going to hold these big competitions and have an announcer and some awards for those that win the game.
Now, are you going to get into that contest?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Last year I almost did, but usually they're so popular it's hard to get in otherwise. So if your listeners want to participate, they better get there early. We will have sign-up sheets started right at 3:00 when we open up.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be unbelievable to see.
Yeah.
And then also for the entertainment on Friday, October 25th from 6 to 10, you're having the Band of Brothers.
Yes, that's correct.
I never heard them guys yet.
Yes, the Band of Brothers is they're a somewhat local group actually. They play pretty regularly in town. They've also done some county fairs and other sorts of venues. They play mostly classic rock and some stuff from the 70s. Very popular group, and so it should be a good time. And we're encouraging folks families, in fact, not just adults, to get out and dance. So there'll be some room to cut a rug, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's going to be so much fun because it's for all ages.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if you're 2 months old or 200 years old. You know what I mean? You can still have a good time. And then on Saturday, October 26th from 3 to 10, you're going to have Chris and the Dixie Playboys.
Yeah, Chris is a great performer. His group, they have a regular show that they do at the Branding Iron down in San Bernardino, and, of course, they play other venues as well. Chris actually, once upon a time, did sign with a major national country artist or country label, but decided to keep his art local, and so he plays more local stuff. And he actually did perform for us at our our summer concert series this past summer, and even in the rain, he had a huge crowd come out. So he offers a great country experience for those in town who love country, as we know we've got a lot of them.
Oh, yeah. And then also looking through here on Saturday the 26th, you're having carnival rides?
Yes, yeah. There'll be a small carnival on the corner of Yucaipa Boulevard and California Street, similar to our Music and Arts Festival. So, again, as you mentioned, a little something for all ages, something for the teens in particular that I don't think was on the information in the newspaper quite yet, was BMX demo show. Our local Yucaipa BMX group will be out with some